Hey, Dr. Derek Nielsen, owner of Kaizen Physical Therapy here. I'm doing this webinar where I'm gonna give you all the secrets I know to getting out of pain, long term, not short term. Long term solution to getting out of pain, and here are two of them. I'm gonna give it to you right now. Is movement. You know, when patients come to me with low back pain, it's the first thing I do is I look at movement, and it's not just movement of the back. It's very, very rare that the back is the problem. It's more oftentimes somewhere else. So we have to look at full body movement. So for example, I know you can't see my feet and legs here, but one of the movements I look at is going down and touching your toes. Now let's say that that's painful. You go down and touch your toes and it's painful. You have back pain with it. Does that mean the back's the problem? Well, in order to touch your toes, you have to have some hip mobility. So if all we're doing is saying, okay, it's painful to touch your toes, something's wrong with your back. What about your hips? What if your hips aren't moving enough so your back has to move more and your back says, hey, we're having to do more of the work. We're having pain. The long-term solution isn't treating the back. The long-term solution is treating the hips so that they do their job, and then the back can take a day off and it's not moving as much as it has to. Okay, so that leads into number two here is pain is really just a symptom. You know, it's typically with the patients that I see, it's they're in pain, but the area that we need to treat is somewhere outside of it. Another example is let's say you have pain with rotation here. Rotation, one of the directions. Well, it's not just the body doesn't just move at one joint throughout the day. So what I mean by that is rotation takes hip rotation, it takes ankle rotation, it takes back rotation. Going down and touching your toes takes hips and back. Bending backwards takes hips and back. You know, so it's very rare that I just treat the area of pain because it's very rare that it's the real problem. Usually the problem lies somewhere else. Okay, and we look at that through full body movement. Okay, what I want you to do, if you want to learn more tips like this, and I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with this in the webinar, but I'm going to give to you everything that I know. And this taken me years to learn, a lot of money, and flying across the country to go to different seminars and learn all these concepts. But I'm going to give them to you so that you can become a better healthcare consumer and help yourself today. So if that's of interest of you, where I'll go more into depth of other things like x-rays, MRIs, arthritis, different diagnoses, and I'll give you the other tips on how to get a long-term solution to pain. If that's of interest of you, go ahead and sign up for the form below, and then I'll see you at the webinar. Look forward to it. Thanks so much.